What's up, AKAPADers? Guess what? I just did some diggings, a little bit of a weird deep dive, but I discovered another cause of the death of the American comic book industry. Join me on this channel, AKAPAD here. Let's go. We're in the content boom right now. Peter A. DeLuca here, aka Pad69. Welcome to the channel. You guys know me as the eclectic one. That's right. That's right. We're not doing from Philly to Europe to the multiverse. You guys know all that stuff right now. So I don't know why. I was just sitting down earlier, and I said, "What's happening with Valiant Comics?" Because I've been toying with this video idea that Jim Shooter's Valiant comic book run. It's the greatest run of anything from any company during the 90s, even Vertigo. Because Vertigo did have a couple evergreen titles holding up everything, but the Vertigo did publish a lot of but Valiant did not. They didn't publish one misstep. They had 0 missteps until Shooter exited. And during the time of Image, during the time of Death of Superman, X-Men Adjective List #1, we forget because we're wrapped up with these other events from this period. So I went to the website, and I'll kind of like show it to you guys because I got the lappy top over here. At the bottom of the website, we have DMG Entertainment and CEO Dan Mintz, M-I-T-Z. That's cool. That's cool. That's what you want from a comic book CEO. I thought it was really weird for for a company in general, not just a website, to list those two things. Because usually when it comes to partners and what a company is umbrellaed against, unless it's highly branded or there's some type of news source element, it's mostly hidden. And when it comes to pushing the CEO to the forefront, making making CEO basically on the footer of every single page on the website, it's questionable, it's egotistical, and it's hard to be taken seriously. DMG Entertainment is it's an entertainment front. They do movies, blah 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 blah. Bloodshot, Vin Diesel, Sorry guys, just had the national weather warning pop up on my recording device. But no, Bloodshot. All for it, people. Like, I'm not even joking. Like that movie, enjoyed it. Dropped it on, did a podcast episode. I'll include links for that down below, just in case if any of you are curious. But then, it just hit me. This company really did all of its work, hired whoever it hired. No names. Look, they gave a lot of work to Trevor Hairsine from Ultimate Nightmare. At the time, I just believed, and I still believe, he's just one of the greatest untapped talents in modern comic book day history. It's shocking that he did not get a major storyline from one of the big twos or a crossover event, to be honest, because that's all they kind of do right now. And, just poking around on the Valiant website, they had this Forbes article. Not on Valiant, but it's on DMG Entertainment, and DMG links out to this Forbes article. The article is 4 years old. The title of the article is this: Ninjak. So already, if we're talking about Valiant, no one ever cared about Ninjak outside of Joe Quesada launching that title in his amazing Art Nouveau style. Let's get back to the title. Ninjak, Bloodshot, and Faith Herbert. Is Valiant the next superhero universe? ? Written by Jim Amos. If we scroll down to Jim Amos's author box, 20 years experience, former CEO, and scout for 5-3 Entertainment Consulting, blah 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 blah. The guy's been in the industry for quite some time. He's got skin in the game. He's long in the tooth. Blah 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 blah. So this article kind of just sets up this idea that Valiant, if you don't have a DC and you don't have a Marvel, you have a Valiant. It's clearly it's a paid right, article, because who would write about this? Now, given maybe it's organic in a way that it's back channeled, maybe they have friends, and can you do me a solid? I'll make sure it's worth your while. Trading favors type thing. Believe it or not, I don't discourage such practice. That's how a lot of business is done. So read this article. There's nothing new there. I'm not even sure who Faith Herbert is. I think that's maybe the overweight superhero girl that Valiant had. I'll throw that up there if I'm right. Actually, let's just throw it up if I'm right or wrong, because I'm curious. I gotta look that up. Who is Faith Herbert? And it just dawned on me. Like, we're going back. This article's from 2019. Link also down below. Hollywood has completely destroyed the American comic book market and industry and talent pool. It wasn't video games, it wasn't the internet. I don't know why people even make those arguments. Good example of this, and again, we're being eclectic. We're making correlations here. We're connecting the dots. When I go 50 cent, 10 cent, dollar bin comic book hunting, throughout the years as I've been building my collection back, the one thing I see more and more of are comic books from companies like Boom, from IDW, Radical Comics. It is a 12 gauge comics. It is a very long list, and believe it or not, anything from Wildstorm, post DC merger, post the Wildstorm universe just getting completely dissolved and obliterated, but Wildstorm continued basically as a Hollywood pitch machine. Please pay attention to us, Hollywood. Please make a movie of this. Please make a TV series of this. Please, 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 please. And it makes, even when you're dollar bin diving, it makes the American comic book industry seem nothing but desperate. And people kind of want to make these arguments that it's manga and it's a long form short storytelling versus short form storytelling. You can have a Wolverine book and an X-Men book, and one could be long form, Brian Michael Bendis, and one could be more condensed, everything leading into the pre-90s, meaning you get more bang for your buck. Comics like Peter David's Hulk here. So those are going to sell. Manga really, I believe it or not, doesn't affect comic books at all. What's affecting people coming into the comic stores is comic books being produced for comic book's sake. And we fell into a generation that is completely obsessed by chasing that nut, chasing that Hollywood nut. And growing up, it was almost fanciful if you would get like a call from an agent. I got 3 separate friends with 3 separate properties that sold comic book rights to agencies and entertainment conglomerates, and some of them, I'm not even joking, is as low as $1 and $5,000, which is just useless BS money. Even if you're living, I mean, look, everything's expensive in Philly. You spend a lot of money in Philly, but even if you're across the bridge or even in Delaware, $5,000 does not even get you much. But it's the prestige that and they did it because it got them, couple articles. It got them some heat, got some press, gave them traction, and then along the line, right? The reality of even that transaction becoming into a fruitful property, and then a property that continues, it's as rare as making the NBA or becoming a National Football League player, starting on the roster. And we're dealing with the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. It's lunacy. The pursuit of Hollywood completely destroyed American comics. And that's why, for what we do, what the AKAPAD Army does, we want comic books for comic book's sake, and that is it. And I believe anything else, like a deviation from that mindset, is an absolute corruption. We just want to make comics, and that should always be the focus. Peter A. DeLuca here, AKAPAD here, another video on the destruction of the American comic book industry. I know they're depressing, but I do love you guys. Subscribe, support, leave a comment.